Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you would, please stand for the procession of the recruits and the presenting of the colors.
Recruit flag,
Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whatever. Right face.
Good evening. If all hearts and minds clear, I say everyone to pray. This is the prayer for our brave firefighters. Father, we praise you for being a loving and merciful Father, for the power of prayer. Christ's sacrifice on the cross allowed the floodgates of prayer to open everywhere. Praise Jesus for coming down to earth to grant us an audience with you, Lord. Through prayer, we can take what otherwise leaves us helpless and lift up an anthem of heartbreak and something into your hands. Firefighters face the most impossible every day. We cannot go before them as leaders, but when they walk into the fire, we can call upon you to release a blanket of protection upon them as they face what most only see in the news. Through prayer and praise, we find peace that surpasses all understanding. Psalms 94:19 says, "When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy." Father, we thank you for those who have answered the call to be firefighters. What terrifies most embottles them to serve their fellow mankind. Today we are grateful for their courage and their fortitude. We are thankful for the hard work they dedicate to the safety of others and the sacrifices they and their families make as they fight for our safety. May the truth of Habakkuk 3:19 encourage the heart of firefighters everywhere, today and always. And it says, God, the Lord, is my strength. He makes my feet like the deer's. He makes me tread on high places. Bravery in the face of fear requires a courage that the average person cannot muster completely on their accord. During the moments before they arrive on the scene of a fire, bring this reminder to their hearts. Help firefighters to trust in you when they are afraid. Give them courage in the midst of shock, destruction, and death. Comfort their hearts as they witness what we do not see. Guard their hearts with your love and compassion, for the image that marked their hearts are haunted. Firefighters answer the call to be strong and courageous and do the work. Bless them to be reminded that they need not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord God, my God, is with them. He will not fail them or forsake them as they do the work as they are called to do. Allow them to feel your presence until the last ember cools. And as they face the impossible task of taming destruction that the nature fire brings, bless them to know the efforts and never vain work they will be forgotten. And all this I ask in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Take your seats. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to graduation for recruit class 119. We are excited to be here tonight. I'd like to take a second and just thank City Manager Doug Hewitt and Deputy City Manager Christoph Bauer. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Most importantly, family, friends. We have some folks who have traveled from out of state, from out of the county, all over to join your family in graduating this evening. And that means a lot to us because they are now a member of our family. And you're going to hear a lot about that tonight and how that all works and what it's like to be part of the Fayetteville family. And we're glad to have you here. And last and most importantly, recruit class, welcome. We told you earlier, this is your night. You've worked hard, you earned it, enjoy it. First off this evening, I want to welcome up Chief Hill to give a few remarks.
Thank you. Good evening. This is a monumental night for these young men and women, and I thank you for sharing it with us. Special thanks to our city management leaders here. It really means a lot to our troops when we see you come out and support us. Recruits, tonight is all about you. Enjoy it. Because if you didn't learn anything else over the last 4 months, you should recognize it's not about you anymore. It's about the team, and it's about the community. You will soon take an oath that commits you to a life of unselfish service to others. You have answered a calling that most of society ignores. Your lives have changed, but you're not in it alone. You'll have the best times you've ever had, bar none, inside the city of Fayetteville Fire Station, and we will laugh with you. You will be presented with the best cookies you've ever eaten inside the fire station, and we're going to eat them. You will bear witness to atrocities that I thank the Lord every night the majority of the community is never exposed to, and we will cry with you. You're being inducted into a profession unlike any other. You will feel overwhelmed, underappreciated, and at times scared to death, and you'll love every minute of it. You're following a long lineage of faithful servants who have literally soaked the soil of this great city with their blood, sweat, and tears. You are replacing the best. To remain the best, we must recruit the best. And I hope you feel the pressure of that statement. Don't underestimate the responsibility you're accepting by pinning on this badge tonight. We're not going to let you forget it. Now, recruits, I owe you an apology. I stood you up on our first date, and I'm sorry. Pay attention to those words, I'm sorry, because you're going to need them again and you're going to need them often. For the benefit of the audience, thanks to Mr. Hewitt, city manager, I was able to secure tickets to one of the luxury suites that Woodpeckers gave back in July. I could think of no better use of this opportunity than to treat the recruit class to a ball game. It would allow me to reward them for their efforts thus far and give them the opportunity for me to really meet and learn a little bit about them. Everyone showed up and apparently had a great time, except for me. Earlier on game day, we responded to a possible drowning in the Cape Fear River. I went down to the river to support the operations. Once there, I recognized my place was with the men and women who were desperately searching for the missing victim. We needed to find this husband, his father, and his friend. We knew the outcome. It was like reading the book backwards. But we owed it to the family to bring closure as soon as possible. I needed to be there to sweat with our firefighters and police officers and to mourn with the family. There was no way I would leave them to go have a good time. Sometimes this job gets in the way. To the families, you too take on a great responsibility tonight. Let me thank you in advance for the sacrifices you will have to make. You will have incomplete birthdays, holidays, and other special events. You will often hear these words, I'm sorry. I cannot promise you that we will return these firefighters to you unscathed after a long career. Conversely, there will be scars. I can assure you, though, that we are in this together, and we will always be the support mechanism that you need. I welcome you into our family. To the new and rising officers, congratulations. You've requested a new role, and you've demonstrated through the promotional process that you're qualified for it. Before you accept these bugles, I ask that you self-reflect and make sure you're ready for them. You often hear me say that leadership is a position of sacrifice. You will soon realize that for yourself. If not, you're doing it wrong. I'm excited for each of you that will pin on a new badge tonight. I asked the recruits to think back for a second to the video from Chief Lasky that we showed on the first day of the academy. I pretty much asked through this presentation that anyone that could not commit to the pride, honor, and integrity needed to be a firefighter pack up and leave. I thank each of you for staying and look forward to seeing you exemplify the values that you have sworn upon. Thank you.
One of the traditions we have with our promotion ceremonies is we like to have someone come in from outside and give us a little bit of a perspective. And Miss Angel, not Angela as your program says, Miss Angel Wright Lanier is our new assistant city manager she came to us from Mooresville in 2019, and before that she was in Greensboro, North Carolina. And she has covered the gamut working with the police department, human resources, information technology. She's covered it all in city government. And one of the things we pride ourselves on here at Fayetteville is that we are an all-around, all-hazards department. We are not just firefighters. We take care of all sorts of different things. So we are glad to have Ms. Wright Lanier with us this evening to give us a little message as well.
Good afternoon. How are y'all this evening? Can y'all hear me? All right, I want to make sure I'm not as endowed as some others, so I want to make sure you can hear me. So, to the Chief Hill, Deputy Chiefs, thank you so much for the invitation to speak tonight. It's my great pleasure to speak to the graduating class of 1-19. Over the course of this experience, you put in a lot of time and effort to get to this day. In preparation for the speech tonight, I requested a few statistics about this group. So here's some of the information that was included in the email. We have 19 graduates, 17 are City of Fayetteville employees, and 2 are from one of the contracted volunteer departments. The academy was 18 weeks long, 5 days a week, from 7:45 a.m. until 5 p.m., with some days lasting longer depending on the class. The demands of each class, combined with the summer's high temperatures and humidity, took each recruit to their limits as they completed their practicals. Each recruit had to successfully pass all practicals and a written exam for each class to receive a certification. So each day, the recruits lined up in formation to post the flags, followed by approximately an hour of physical fitness and a shower. I would have been out right there. Afterwards, recruits met before the start of the class to go over Fayetteville Fire Department's mission statement, the city's core values, the quote of the day, and recent events involving reported firefighter fatalities and injuries. Afterwards, class began for the day. Folks, that's very impressive. These public servants have committed themselves to this honorable calling. In addition to all those great things our graduates learned through the course of their training, I came to learn that our graduates were taught the value of respect. In fact, it's so important it was listed that way on the invitation you all received to come to tonight's graduation. It stated, the Fayetteville Fire and Emergency Management Department is dedicated to achieving customer service while serving RESPECT. I'm not going to sing it, I wanted to, but I said it straight away. So I'm going to talk to you about what each letter stands for to me. They didn't write this, I did, so this is my version. So the R stands for responsibility. Each of the graduates here tonight has already illustrated that they're responsible. Being able to get out there each day and to go through the grueling requirements in and of itself in 90 to 100 degree weather is commendable. I witnessed this firsthand when I was on a tour of one of my departments out of the airport. The E to me stands for ethics. Firefighters actually have a code of ethics. It's a 15-page document. One of the things it covered in the firefighters was the firefighters promised to be fair, to respect diversity, to reject discrimination based on race, religion, age, or ethnicity. This part of the pledge will be important as you begin a career in one of the most diverse communities in the nation. Fayetteville is truly the all-American city, and we're blessed to serve in such an awesome community. You will serve a multitude of people in your daily duties from all races, creeds, religions, some like you and some not like you. But you've sworn to serve them all, no matter who they are, they're who you are. You are a person of ethics, one who will stand up for and serve anyone regardless of their background. S is for stewardship. As you enter the world of local government service, remember you have an obligation to be stewards of the public's trust. Your jobs are some of the most visible in the community. You don't lose your First Amendment rights when you sign up for local government service. But remember, you're called to a higher level of conduct as you go about your personal life as a public servant. People will expect more of you as a public servant, and so they should. Our taxpayers, our citizens, they pay our salaries. Remember this when I tell you, some of them will tell you that. So just remember what I told you. And with that, they expect the best. They expect the best people, the best service, the best response to an emergency. And on a more serious note, do be mindful of what you do both on and off duty. You're always representing the city in all that you do. With that said, also be mindful of what you post on your social media accounts, because people look up to you. Kids, parents, everyone in between. Know that and remember that it's important in this day and age. P, professionalism. Make certain that you exercise professionalism when dealing with our citizens in every interaction. Additionally, make sure you treat your band of brothers and sisters professionally. Folks that work with me hear me say often that there's a need for professional courtesy when dealing with our colleagues. Professionalism is one of the most important values that I live by. Tonight, I challenge each of you to do the same. When you're professional with others, they are, for the most part, professional with you. It's a reciprocal agreement, and it starts with you. E, entrepreneurial spirit. I found a really good definition for this one. So, an entrepreneurial spirit is a mindset. It's an attitude, an approach to thinking about things, so you actively seek out change rather than waiting to adapt to change. It's a mindset that embraces critical questioning, innovation, service, and continuous improvement. As you start your career, please remember the 9 most dangerous words in the English language, especially in local government. Well, that's the way we've always done it. So keep your entrepreneurial spirit alive. We don't want to hear how we've always done it. We want new, we want improved, and we want better. We want you to help us figure out how to improve ourselves, our performance, and our service to our citizens. C, commitment. As a firefighter, you've dedicated to yourself to a level of commitment rivaled only by the police and members of the armed services. I admire your willingness to put your life on the line for others, and I thank you in advance for your service. Yours is a profession, as the chief said, of sacrifice. Every day when you leave your station, you're willing to put your life on the line for fellow citizens. That is something that we do not take lightly. It's fitting that on the eve of 9/11, we remember our firefighter heroes who ran into the World Trade Center towers, not knowing if they would come back out. But that was their duty, their commitment to service, to a higher calling, and they did not waver. They stood strong in the face of adversity, under conditions that nobody could have ever imagined. Some survived, but many perished. They sacrificed their lives while trying to serve others. So today, let's think about commitment. Commitment to self, commitment to others, commitment to a larger calling. You are, in fact, if you illustrated, you're committed. You never know what you will face, and every time you're called to respond, each and every time you're called to respond, but you are prepared to do it, committed to do it, and for that, again, I thank you. T, finally, is for teamwork. Another thing that I admire about the folks in fire service is their willingness and their ability to work in a team environment. You live together, you fight fires together, You buy groceries together. You flush the fire hydrants and even hold the hoses together. What an awesome illustration that is of teamwork. And you have to rely on each other to be experts, to be each other's battle buddies, to ensure that when you go into a restroom together, you come out together. So tonight, you're joining the fire department, a fire department that is internationally accredited. The Fayetteville Fire Department reached Class 1 ISO rating, fire rating in 2015. This achievement is one of many proofs that you've chosen the right organization. Last week, I celebrated my 4th month at the city of Fayetteville. Each day has been interesting. I'm learning something new each and every day. I pray that each of you will do the same. Let me leave you with a quote from the City of Miami's firefighter graduation on March 26, 1999. The keynote speaker was U.S. Attorney General Janet Reno. Sorry, you guys get me. Sorry. So the keynote speaker, I don't know how many of you would have known, particularly the younger graduates, who Janet Reno is. But in her closing statement, she said the following, and I share these sentiments for this city. I love this city. I love its people. I love it, what it means for so many. It means hope and freedom and opportunity. You undertake to protect that community, or this community. You undertake to protect the lives of us all. And for us all, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart, Godspeed, and take care of yourselves. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your service to our city, our citizens, to this profession. It is indeed a noble one, and I applaud you. Please stand.
Good evening. The empty chair. This particular empty chair has been in the fire department for some time. It's a symbolic link and reminder for all of us to remember those who have gone before us, and is a sign that each can rest well, knowing that those not here leave behind a rich legacy created by their selfless service and sacrifice for us to follow and build upon. The white cloth placed on the chair represents our always present dedication to duty, past and present. The helmet is indicative of our duty to protect the citizens that we continue to serve with respect, and the safety we must exhibit for ourselves, families, and our fellow firefighters. The turnout gear worn by firefighters. The gear is stained and worn, revealing the joys, heartaches, and pains we have and will endure. Crossed axis, a long-standing sign for the work which firefighters perform, is a reminder of the dangers of our profession, which we must protect ourselves from constantly. Finally, look one more time at the tools, equipment, and empty chair. Always remember our fellow firefighters who are not with us. Remember their faith and diligence in which they served our fire department and fellow firefighters, and with the hope that we all may earn eternal rest. Thank you.
Good evening. At this time, we are going to take care of the Department of Promotions. The gentlemen that I have stood themselves to rank up the positions. So, Chief, if you will, please. Secretary, will you roll, please?
Newly promoted Deputy Chief Roosevelt Alvarez. Captain Stephen Chaff. Lieutenant Noah Jackson. Lieutenant Colton Davis cannot be with us tonight. Please help me congratulate the newest promoted officer of the Fayetteville Fire Emergency. At this time, I believe it is the time that these recruits have been waiting for. 18 long weeks, time to receive all their badges. Recruits. These recruits have endured 18 long weeks of strenuous training, summer months, high temperatures, dehydration, probably some of the best PT they've ever been through. They may disagree with that a little bit, but they all had a good time. We are all proud of what they have accomplished and wish them the best as they proceed on shift. Richard Bachelor. Richard Bachelor served honorably for the U.S. Army. You might have seen him on the Megatron lose at a foot race, the Fayetteville War Picket game. He served as Squad 1's leader. Richard Carroll served as a rescue swimmer in the United States Coast Guard. He served as Class 119's class leader, is also a second-generation firefighter, and is married with 5 children. He is also deathly terrified of lightning, survives solely on Bang energy drinks and popsicles. She is the mother goose of Class 1-19. She is always first to take initiative and assume leadership roles. Haley is also a small business owner at Gorilla Gang. P.S. She is from Hawaii and can't even swim. David Cosby. David Cosby, he is our youngest recruit, happily married and plans on a long career of firefighting. Miguel, he excelled in the academy by raising his infant Olivia. He enjoys powerlifting, was the academy photographer, and created the slideshow for this graduation. Colton Davis. Colton Davis, he graduated from UNC Charlotte this May with a bachelor's degree in fire science. In his free time, he enjoys competitive deep sea fishing. His nickname is BC because his career goal is the fire chief of Fayetteville Fire Department. Alex DePringer is originally from Maine, where he served on the fire department prior to moving to North Carolina. He is a member of the Accelerated Academy and went to shift after 4 weeks at the training facility. Travis Griffin. He is a man with an exceptional mustache and makes everything look easy. He has a bachelor's degree in biology and previously worked for the Parks and Rec Department here within the city. Patrick Harris. Patrick Harris volunteers at the Hillcrest Fire Department and used to work for the Lumberton Fire Department. Previously certified as a firefighter, but chose to stay and complete the full academy with his class. He is a U.S. Army veteran and kept the class laughing, even in the toughest of times. Jeffrey Horn. Jeffrey Horn is also known as Rabdo. spends his time equally between the training facility and Cape Fear Valley Medical Center. He volunteers at the Vander Fire Department and works with his dad doing landscape after work. Jackson started his career by volunteering at the Kermer Road Volunteer Fire Department. Currently works at Station 7. He enjoys riding his motorcycle on his time off. Lasich, he's also known as Dad, not only because of his age, but he keeps all of us in line. He retired from the U.S. Army. His favorite food is peanut butter and jelly with cheese. Mccall. Adam worked at Puppy Creek Fire Department before joining Fayetteville. He is the only recruit to be fire instructor certified. In his free time, he participates in cowboy-mounted action shooting and trains horses. David Mcclain. He's a recent graduate from Campbell University and volunteers at Bowie's Creek. He is currently assigned to Station 3 on B shift. He was our class guy. He was the class guide on Barry and volunteers at Stoney Point Fire Department. He did set the record for losing the guide on the quickest out of any academy we've had. He also used to be an 8th grade history teacher. Peterson. She is a volunteer at Stoney Point Fire Department. She served as a treasurer and quartermaster for the academy. She is originally from San Diego, California. Jill Phelan. She is the most energetic and enthusiastic recruit of the group. She is always willing to help no matter what the task. She has a passion for fitness and strives to be on the CrossFit Games. Joshua Sharpinskis. He was born and raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He always tries to be the best, but always comes up a little short, being 5'5". Thanks to Cat McBee, his nickname is Baby Boy. Jordan, he is working on his master's degree and has had the highest grade average of the class. He is the son of the current Fayetteville Fire Department, Richard Thomas.
He'll make it back to his seat eventually. I had the honor of joining this class when they were several weeks already into their academy. It's not very often that the recruits and the recruiter get their badges on the same night. I told them when I showed up that I had a lot to learn, and they already were learning. They were several weeks into it, and I appreciate them. You guys taught me a lot. You impressed me every step of the way. And now it's time for, we have invited the Honorable Caitlin Evans, Judge here in Cumberland County, to present the oath of office. If I could have all of you stand.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here. And while I'm here to just administer the oath of office, I have to take this time to thank you. Many times I'm in court and I hear cases, and firefighters don't come to court, but I think of you who responded probably first to an accident to save a life, and I just want to thank you ahead of time. Are you ready? Raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. To perform my duties. As a firefighter. For the city of Fayetteville. To the best of my abilities. With safety at the forefront. To serve my commanding officers. With respect and dignity. To serve the citizens. Of the city of Fayetteville. With compassion. Courage. And integrity. And to uphold the laws. And constitutions. Of the United States of America. The state of North Carolina. And the city of Fayetteville. So help me God. Congratulations.
Several years back, we started recognizing one of the recruits out of the academy that exemplified what we look for, what we strive for, and what we train our people to be. it's all around. The honor graduate is recognized as the person who has not just the highest GPA, not just the most physical fitness, not just the person who steps up and volunteers to help, but the all-around firefighter that we look for and we strive for. This group was my first group, so I can't imagine how hard it's been for other recruiting captains to choose their honor graduate, but this group, these guys and gals were all squared away. It was not an easy decision or an easy choice. But this evening we have made a decision, and we would like to take a moment and recognize the honor graduate for class 119, Richard Bachelor.
First off, thank everyone for coming tonight, all the family and friends. For those that couldn't be here, we would like them, do it bad, where we're at. We wouldn't be here without you. Sorry. To the training staff, thank you for being there and helping us all through this academy. Lieutenant Robinson, we know we were kind of thrown on you, but we hope that we made you proud. Miss Tammy, I know you're out there. For those of you that don't know, she does an amazing job, and she took all of us under her wing like we were her kids. You guys don't have any idea the impact you played on us. To all the instructors, you also don't have any idea of the impact you made on us. Sorry. I know that we as a class will take what you taught us and continue to learn and develop these skills over the course of our career. To the class of 119, none of us would be here without each other. I know I did let you down when it came to that race, so we won't be doing that again. All of us we're more than recruits. When we started 18 weeks ago, we were just random people off the street, you know, and they seen something in us, and now we're family. Okay. That's really all I wrote. It kind of bounced around, but thank you guys all. I said friends and family. None of us could have done this without any of you guys. Said inside and outside the academy. Some of us have had tough days, some days better than others. Once again, to all the instructors, you guys don't have any idea how big of an impact you made on us, and we will continue that when we get on shift, and we'll continue to make you proud, and we will show you guys why we are the best academy to graduate in this department. So, thank you.
Don't get too comfortable. Take this time to welcome up class leader, Richard Carroll. About to make a presentation to the training staff. You're gonna bring Bachelor with you.
All right, I hope I do better than he did. All right. Welcome, distinguished guests, family and friends with Crew Class 119. Today, some may have said we've made it to the end. In reality, our journey is just beginning. 4.5 months ago, we met and began this journey. There have been many ups, many downs. Our mornings began with colors. Our mornings began with colors at 7:45, followed by rigorous PT for an hour. After PT ended, we were required to take a less than relaxing shower, but rather a very quick shower, which, by the way, if you sweat like me and Bachelor do, it makes the whole shower pointless. Class started at 9, with some luck and a good in-mood LT. We left about 5. What I can't explain to you in any real way was the exceptional lessons, heartfelt stories, and the honest-to-God feeling of wanting to make sure we understood the dangers and the incredible, awesome feelings we will no doubt feel in the coming years from our exceptional instructors. They refused to let us fail. They truly loved teaching us, and you could tell. Another thing I can't truly explain to you was the way we looked out for one another, the way we pushed, encouraged, and helped each other. If one of our fellow brothers or sisters failed or didn't do well, we'd constantly look out for one another. For example, a certain someone failed the hazmat test the first time. Just saying. And Jill, just to keep me in good spirits while waiting to find out our scores, bet me 15 cents. Bet me 15 cents because I was broke and that I didn't fail, but rather I passed. Jill, I want 15 cents. And pennies. All pennies. Everyone else helped, gave me notes, quizzed me, encouraged me, and well, I'm here. My point is that what we did for one another, that's what the fire service is. It's family. In the beginning, I was voted class leader, along with Jill, Haley, and Bachelor squad leaders. I want to thank all 3 of you guys. You're the best squad leaders I or we could ever have asked for. You made my job easy and made me look good. The truth is you did all the work, and thank you. We may have been the leaders, but by no means were we the only ones. All of our classmates were leaders. All of you will do great, and the Fayetteville Fire Department will do great with you as leaders. To the training staff, our instructors, and the ones behind the scenes, especially Miss Tammy, wherever she's at. She's here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the best, you're the best. I grew up in the fire department at Old Station 7, which is now the LFO, when my dad was a firefighter. Love Dad. I had no idea how to fight a real fire. You took this old, no-clue having recruit and humbled me. You gave me the knowledge, and I thank you for it. Finally, you've all seen the red stripe on a flag, a sticker on a car, my wedding ring, that everyone associates with the firefighters. That stripe represents the last bit of courage to go on when your body says no. To go on in order to save that person who in their worst, scariest, and most unknown time calls on us to help them. Many before us have done just that, and many of our brothers and sisters have gave their lives. They gave that last bit of courage. Let's not be fooled, this job is dangerous. But we know the risk, we assume the risk. But we answer the call. Our motto for Class 119 is service over self. I think that says it all. Class 119, I'm done off-gassing. Congratulations, thank you, and I love all of you. Bathhouse out. We'd like to present a plaque to the training staff in appreciation for all they've done for us.
Notice Lieutenant Robinson's holding that plaque. I mentioned earlier that I came in a time of transition. I came in, there was a lot of fluctuation going on in my position, and that man right there has blown my mind with the level of work and commitment he has shown to this group. And I would like to take the opportunity to personally thank him for his hard work, stepping up and out of his role, his position as a lieutenant, and really doing my job. And he's been amazing. And I just want to take a minute to thank him. Everybody else can sit down. Recruits, stand back up. Grab your helmets. It is that time. If y'all noticed, as they were walking across getting their badges, they were also handed a shield. One of the things in the fire service is we identify ourselves very quickly and easy by a few different factors, being the color of our helmet or the color or design of our shield. These recruits have worn shields on their helmets that said recruit for the last 18 weeks. Today, they have the opportunity to switch over and be recognized as firefighters for the city of Fayetteville with a simple glance at their helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, change your shields. Effective immediately, you are no longer recruits. You are now firefighters. Congratulations. We're going to wrap things up. I know everybody's probably hungry. I'd like to invite Chief Hill one more time up for some closing remarks.
I'll stop for a long speech. Class 119, you can breathe a sigh of relief now. So can our overtime budget. But I congratulate you and welcome you for moving up to the varsity squad. You should be proud. It's quite an accomplishment. I do want to remind you, though, that just because the academy is over, the learning process is just beginning. That's when it's time. I'd like to close tonight with a quote from former FDNY Chief Edward Crocker that speaks volumes to the humility needed to be a firefighter. When a man becomes a fireman, his greatest act of bravery has been accomplished. What he does after that is all in the line of work. Firefighters, it's time to go to work. I want to say thank you to the training staff that provided us with another great group of firefighters, and thank you for the work preparing this ceremony. Thanks to Green Baptist Church for their hospitality yet once again. And again, a special thanks to Mr. Hewitt, Mr. Bauer, Ms. right from there. It means so much when you do come out and support us to our troops. Also, I'd like to thank Judge Evans and Chief Johnston for also coming out and supporting the program tonight. But most of all, I want to say thanks to the staff of the greatest fire department in the country. You continue to make me proud, and I think we all recognize everyone that wears these patches on my shoulder. We have a special bond that will be there forever. Thank you.
Congratulations. Let's close in prayer. Father, we thank you so much for this wonderful occasion, Lord. We ask that you guide these men and women as they start this journey. Lord, be with them, be with their families as they're absent from them, and just help them to do all they can to do all that you'd have them to do. Lord, we're just grateful for your multitude of blessings that just never end. We're thankful for all of it. Be with us, be with our city, be with our leadership, be with our nation. Help us to do all that's called for us to do. We love you and we praise you in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Thank you.
Please stand for the recovery of the colors. Once again, on behalf of the staff and the chief officers of the Fayetteville Fire Department, thank you for joining us tonight, family and friends. Please stick around afterward. We have some light refreshments. We can enjoy some time together and get to know our new family. Recruits, congratulations. You're dismissed.